Recently, I decided to play through Dark Souls 1 again. While I've played it before, that was a long time ago, and I didn't remember much from that playthrough. So, I played through the game, and as I was going through it, I kept getting this strange feeling. Now, I've played through all three Dark Souls games, and out of all of them, I found that Dark Souls 1 is easily the most engaging. There are three main reasons for why Dark Souls was so much more compelling than its second sequel, despite the fact that Dark Souls 3 has better combat and debatably better boss design. For one, Dark Souls 1 has multiple pathways. Secondly, Dark Souls doesn't have fast travel, kinda. And finally, Dark Souls 1 has higher stakes when playing through the game. So, to begin, I'm going to make a comparison between the Firelink Shrine in both of these games. This is important because Firelink Shrine is the beginning of these games, and the beginning of a journey is the most important part. If you're unable to captivate your audience instantly, then it is far more difficult to gain their interest in this upcoming game. In the first Dark Souls, there were three main pathways that you as a player could take to get out of Firelink Shrine. The most obvious is the pathway up to the Undead Burg. It is the most visible, and the enemies you will encounter are the easiest to fight. The second route is the pathway to the Catacombs, which goes through the main chamber of the Firelink Shrine. The final route out of Firelink is through a staircase next to the main bonfire that takes you to New Londo Ruins, and if you have the Master Key as your starting gift, all the way down to Blight Town. Meanwhile, the only way to get out of Firelink Shrine in Dark Souls 3 is to take the key item you get from the first boss, Udex Gundyr, and teleport to the High Wall of Lothric. Now, how does this affect the player? Well, in my first playthrough of Dark Souls, I decided to explore Firelink, found the Catacombs, and decided to travel through the Catacombs. Now, if you're an experienced player, you'd know how bad of an idea this was. Not only is the Catacombs an area you're not supposed to visit until a little past the midpoint of the game, as the enemies are strong, without an item you gain later on in the game, it's easy to become lost in the Catacombs, or even become entirely stuck, unable to make your way back to Firelink. Now, I sort of knew this from seeing a couple playthroughs, but I didn't really know much about the game, and I didn't really care, because I kind of hoped to get some nice items or weapons. Oh, yeah! Both games have a specific path they want you as a player to take. You're supposed to go through the Undead Burg in Dark Souls, and you're supposed to go through the High Wall of Lothric. But the execution in Dark Souls feels much more natural and therefore compelling. Dark Souls suggests where you should go by giving you powerful enemies and challenges to face in New Londo and the Catacombs, while Undead Burg has easier enemies. What matters here is choice. I chose to go to the Catacombs rather than the Undead Burg, and had a vastly different game experience than if I had chosen the correct pathway. Meanwhile, I don't have a choice to go on a different path in Dark Souls 3. I always, every time, go to the High Wall of Lothric. Not only does this lack of choice make Dark Souls 3 feel stale or repetitive on repeat playthroughs, it's also less compelling on your first playthrough. On to my second point. Dark Souls does not have fast travel until about halfway through the game, when you gain the Lord Vessel from a certain, a nice lady who gives it to you. Anyways, this means that until you get halfway through the game, you have to travel regularly everywhere you go. When I want to get a specific item in Dark Souls 3, it feels almost like a chore. I just fast travel to the bonfire, grab the item, and return to Firelink Shrine. But in Dark Souls, it is an adventure to get a specific item. I have to go through all these enemies, overcome every obstacle, and plan my path before I take it. Because it takes so much longer, it means that when I do make it back to Firelink Shrine, I always feel refreshed. Even when you do get the Lord Vessel, your fast travel is limited. You can't go to every bonfire. In fact, you're not able to teleport to most of them, so that sense of adventure is still maintained. This is another quick point I want to make real fast. Dark Souls 3 has the worst main hub in any From Software game. Dark Souls' Firelink Shrine is much brighter and much more pleasant, and Majula has a gorgeous cliffside view. When I make it back to Firelink Shrine in Dark Souls, I want to stay. It's comfortable, there's a nice bonfire, it just feels welcoming. Meanwhile, in Dark Souls 3, the color palette is very gray, and it generally is just drab, and I want to get out of the main hub as soon as possible. It doesn't feel like a place of resting, it feels like a place you have to go to. My final argument for why Dark Souls is more compelling. The stakes in Dark Souls are much higher than Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 has been frequently memed on for having way too many checkpoints. I mean, just look at this. Every time you beat a boss, a bonfire spawns. Other than that, there are just so many bonfires in Dark Souls 3 compared to Dark Souls 1, it gets kind of ridiculous. When traveling through the world of Dark Souls, I'm always feeling tense. I'm always waiting for the next bonfire, desperately low on S-Dis, as every fight I take could mean repeating an entire area. Meanwhile, you get the idea. Dark Souls 1 feels far more like an adventure than Dark Souls 3. The way it guides the player and maintains tensions is done far better than Dark Souls 3, and it makes for a far more compelling game. I hope you enjoyed today's video. This is the first time I've ever made a video essay, so if you enjoyed it, please leave a like or subscribe. It helps motivate me to make more videos like this. And if you have any suggestions for how I can improve my videos in the future, please leave a comment. It helps a lot. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.